Wow, would you take a look at that? I hate being right all of the time, okay? I said, okay, she is going to be making more money on her OnlyFans adjacent account. Like, let's just stop it at this fucking point in time, okay? Mandy Rose has made $500,000 on fan time since WWE release. Bro, like, you take a look at the highest salaries that are out there. Like, a handful of guys make $1 million plus per year. That is probably double what she is making on the roster, or at least used to make on the roster. And it looks like her little group there is going to be getting somebody else to come in and replace her. She'll be fine. She said that she's not going to be closing the little fucking fan time account. I already forgot this shit because it's so fucking irrelevant, because guess what? Hoes are going to hoe regardless of the consequences, the long-term consequences, okay? I think she's married. She's engaged at least. She's got that Tino Sabatelli dude, piping her down on film, okay? They're going to be making tons of fucking money, okay? The fact, yeah, she's going to be a self-made millionaire by Christmas. Bro, she just got released, last Tuesday or something like that? No, because the show would have been on Tuesday, so a week ago. About a week ago right now. And she's going to be a self-made millionaire by Christmas. Congratulations, I guess. You're out there living the dream, and you know what? Hey, man, if you're only fucking on film between you and your husband or, less financially secure partner, because that relationship ain't gonna last. I don't think she's going to be hard-pressed to, come back to the Fed. And, oh, my God, the simp squad is so hard out for her right now. Holy. An agent for the now former NXT Women's Champion, Mandy Rose, says his client has made a lot of money since her firing from the Fed last week. And he's just sitting back and fucking laughing because he probably inked that fan time deal and then also gets a percentage of her, titty pictures out there on the internet. You love to see it. People are getting paid, okay, and simps are getting milked. I'm not mad at her for doing shit that she would just normally do to begin with. I'm just, disgusted at the simps paying $30 or $40 per month. It's like, bro, go outside, touch grass. Talking to TMZ, first round management's Malky Kawa, said Rose has earned $500,000 for her fan time account since being fired for posting controversial adult photos on the subscription website. Yeah, she was getting fucked in the shower. Okay, that's what it was. And she willingly posted that on the account, okay? Because you'll see a bunch of people, she got fired because there was hacked materials released. No, somebody was subscribed to this page, seen her getting her bunker busted on film, and it was like, wow, this shit is fucking wild, and started to spread it out throughout the internet. And you know what would have kept her job and, could have potentially made her earn more money through a little bit more of a professional realm? Not fucking on film. Could have been easily solved that way. Kawa said he predicts Rose will be a self-made millionaire by Christmas. He would obviously know, her different streams of income that are out there. And congratulations. Good for her. FRM manages several wrestlers, including Rose, Johnny Gargano, Indy Hartwell, Valerie Laruda, whatever, and others. More than years, all that shit. Who gives a fuck? 32-year-old had been with the Fed since 2015, and now it really doesn't matter all that much. After being released, Rose thanked her fans for the support. And yuck, if you refer to your customers, you refer to anybody that follows you around as your fan. I just got a significantly smaller level of appreciation, but she's a girl on the internet, man. You weren't expecting all that much to begin with, but don't worry, man. The Apologencia squad is going to be out there in full fucking force because, listen, I got a general level of detestation for journalists in general, and when we talk about it quite a bit on the channel, not even in regards to this type of stuff, like your general, mass media outlets like your Washington Post, your New York Times, even your New York Post, okay, Washington Times as well, okay, they're certain levels of hack, okay, but they at least have degrees in something, okay. I have a general level of disgust. So if they're to all be put inside of a fucking barrel, they would be, kind of just the slime that settles on the top. It's pretty disgusting to begin with. And then right under that, me personally, like, I got nothing to measure up against this, okay. In the middle of that or throughout the rest of the casket, You got sports journalists, like, ugh, they are detestable, especially the ones that go on air and talk in the hack voice. Oh, they should have left that pitcher there for another couple of innings. It would have been fine. Oh, his numbers against the left-handed hit. They're all fucking atrocious, okay? They break it down. Whatever sport they have a middling amount of information on, oh, they all profess their expertise on it, and they just fucking natter over the top of whatever fucking callers they have in their call show. It's detestable shit to listen to. But okay, where after that though, okay, because you got hack, just regular fucking copy journalists up at the top, then you got your fucking sports reporters underneath that, all in the barrel right there. Underneath the barrel, like the mold and the moss that's underneath of it, okay, I would put wrestling journalists. Like, these people are fucking trash, dude. Like, I have no respect for any of them. Sure, they work hard, but so do dishwashers. Case in point, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com. This fucking round-faced cuck. Oh, he makes me sick to my fucking stomach. But yes, he's out here. Oh, he didn't type anything really of all of that substantial intellect, so he was just out there retweeting a couple of things. Mandy Rose should be allowed to post and monetize whatever she wants. No, that actually runs afoul of her contract, and she agreed to it. WWE paid her for agreeing to that and gave her a significant push on television. So they have every right, if she breaks that contract, to avoid that contract and send her on her merry fucking way. So you're already wrong, but no, feel free to continue. We'll read along. I don't know enough info in regards to her release. Okay, cool. But she should be allowed to do whatever she wants, but I don't have all the information. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. But the real issue that needs to be talked about, stop leaking creators' adult content. No, if you have a clause in your contract where you're not allowed to post you getting raw dogged on film, don't film yourself getting fucking piped down. Pretty simple shit, don't you think? Scanning the internet for leaks is now a daily task for me. Well, sucks to suck, I guess. If you had a man in your life, you wouldn't be so fucking desperate. But this wouldn't be a man that you'd be looking for anyways, okay? So yeah, this motherfucker's out here. He runs Fightful.com or something like that. One of those fucking wrestling rag sites, right? He said, oh, remember when a bunch of weirdos put their friendless behavior on display? Bro, you're friends with girls? Sucks to suck, I guess. Try to fucking backdoor your way into some pussy. Watch your fucking drink around these guys. They're fucking dangerous, okay? Male feminists, holy son. They're the most dangerous motherfuckers out there. But yes, their friendless behavior on display when I retweeted a friend's OnlyFans. Ooh, sorry about that, and said support her. Yeah, because you're digitally pimping her out. Okay, we could have that conversation, but you'd probably just spurg out because, here you go. Those people seem to be making a real comeback today. Yeah, this was back when Mandy Rose was released, so December 14th. That was, last Wednesday or whatever. So a week ago today. Yeah, he posted that out because it's like, wow, she was doing some fuck shit behind a paywall, monetizing that, and then she got fired because she can't do that in her contract. And everybody's this side of the internet, wrestling Twitter or whatever the fuck it wanted, the online wrestling community, whatever the fuck you losers want to call yourself. Okay, you're all about supporting women's wrestling, even though the general audience is like, oh, okay, cool, you want to push them all the way to the top? We'll just go ahead and not watch the product because it's inferior. It's fucking inferior, dude. There's like one good women's wrestling match that anybody ever points to from like 7 years ago, okay? And one of those ladies ain't even in the fucking company really anymore. So I don't know, man. You're gonna have to find some new fucking material. So why did I decide to just shit on this hunk of garbage right now? Well, there's another story that came out, okay? And this involves a lady, another female wrestler that's out there. Her name's Lacey Evans. The stage name is Lacey Evans. I don't know what her fucking real name is or whatever, but I did some research on her as well, and she used to be in the military, okay? And some of her other posts in correlation to the one that was here and that was highlighted about sharing an autism conspiracy. And it's like, oh, okay, great. I kind of know where this is going, okay? Is this going to be one of those old school, what's her name, Jenny McCarthy or whatever? The one who was, sucked all the funny and life and zest out of Jim Carrey, the one who was running around saying, giving your kids the fucking goofy jabs will make them expert problem solvers. And it's like, and then all of a sudden now they started to pivot to be real staunch, jab supporters. Kind of interesting fucking turn of events, but whatever, regardless, okay? But whenever I see a specific wrestling site report on somebody posting a conspiracy theory, just got to do my homework on this stuff, okay? Because this is just a blatant attack on somebody who probably doesn't have your same political ideology, because you take a look at her stuff and yeah, it's mostly just centered around her young kid, about her love for American personnel in uniform. And it's like somebody who might be a little bit more conservative minded. We need to cancel her because she posted a conspiracy theory on an Instagram story. Interesting. So I want to talk about this because it's also something, if you follow my second channel, okay, I do a lot of stuff about lifting, diet, and exercise as well, human development, personal well-being, mental issues, and all that stuff as well. Okay, I talk about that on my secondary channel, and especially when it comes into autism, okay, it's like there's been a couple of things that have been developed and some science and some research that has been put out there that just shows that there is a considerable link between gut health and autism and ADHD and different mental conditions that's out there. A lot of it is kind of pointing towards an inflammatory condition that just manifests really differently for people. And if you can take your gut health kind of seriously, you might be able to get past some of this stuff. It's very interesting, and I dive into it whenever I have the opportunity and whenever I see a new study on that secondary channel. So if you'd like to learn more about that, well, feel free, and just, link will be in the fucking, description of this video right here, obviously. So yeah, when I see all of this stuff start to line up, it's like, oh, I know a little bit about this. I'm not going to profess myself to be an expert or anything like that, but, if somebody's going to be trying to be canceled for putting out some information into the world, only because there's opportunistic fucks that are out there in the world, well, somebody's got to say something for this shit, because when it comes to reporting on wrestling, I don't like to do it all that often, because I've just punched out on this stuff, okay? Razor Fist probably said it the best when he was doing his Metal Mythos episode on Iron Maiden. He listens to Iron Maiden music. He's not an Iron Maiden fan, okay? I intermittently watch wrestling. Can't call myself a wrestling fan anymore, because you take a look at whatever people call themselves wrestling fans, holy, you want to stay away from them, okay? And it's kind of tough sometimes, because most of them have their own gravitational orbit, so let's see, okay? Maybe there was a reason behind this stuff that she was posting, okay? Let's see, okay? Maybe this is really dangerous stuff. Spoiler, it's not. After sharing a video on Instagram focused on conspiracy theories surrounding autism and attention deficit disorder, Lacey Evans, WWE's Lacey Evans, deleted the post and then defended it on Twitter before deleting that as well. We got both of those things right there. Video featured two men from an alternative health media outlet. Really? How could you draw all of those conclusions right there? Disputing diagnosis numbers for both autism and ADD. Okay, claiming those types of disabilities didn't exist until a certain period of time, pointing to processed foods as a reason. Interesting, because I actually got the video, and we'll watch some of it, because that's actually not what they claim, but alright, cool. If you want to go ahead and mischaracterize that, you go for it. Evans deleted the video, and in replying to Sean Ross Sapp, interesting, got all that shit up there, okay, about it, said, I watched a video on the impact of processed food is having on our children, and I shared a video. Y'all are insane. Got it right here, okay, so that's her tweet right there. Watch the video on her impact, okay, throws her hands up, y'all are insane. But we'll get his tweet initially, because they don't put any of that in there. Very fucking funny. A fan later pointed out Evans has appeared in an ad for corn dogs, a processed food, before. Oh my god. You did an ad, therefore you support corn dogs. Oh, okay, cool. And why do they all look the same? Oh, women's wrestling supporter. Bruh. Former commentator, announcer, podcaster, and video editor. Very original person with the same fucking round face, same fucking neck beard. You can't make this shit up, kids. And now, for no particular reason, here's Lacey Evans promoting processed corn dogs. WWE superstar. It was a fucking product placement by the Fed. Imagine that. And she just decided to share some information on the internet that she thought was interesting. Very, very strange. But it's funny, right? Josh Nason here from Figure 4 Wrestling, or Wrestling Observer. There we go. All of that fun stuff. They didn't want to put their friend on blast, right? Sean Ross Sapp right there. This is the way that he displays the information. Okay, so there's a screenshot of the video that's down there. Okay. And I guess it's from somebody else that may or may not be working under his control right there. Okay, Fightful Overbooked. Don't know what the fuck that is. Alt-right pipeline alarm. Oh boy, strap in. This Lacey Evans post is infuriatingly stupid. I'll just leave it here. This fucking fat-headed asshole. Thankfully, she deleted it. Hopefully, it was for the right reasons. Bro, you just bullied her. Like, and you think that you're the good person in this situation? I'm just wondering here, kids. Okay, yeah, you post that information. Okay, you post this screenshot right here. Okay, ADD, autism didn't exist before. Before what? Before the Big Bang? Before, you know, humans evolved feet? Like, what are we talking about here? Before yesterday? Like, come on. Okay. But you know why he got triggered? There's an InfoWars table in the middle. There's an InfoWars plaque behind him. I don't see Alex Jones, but everybody knows, oh my God, InfoWars, clearly a conspiracy theory. In 1980, it was 1 out of 150,000 kids had autism. So clearly he's recognizing the fact that, yes, autism exists. Maybe the testing methodologies back in 1980 were a little bit different, okay? Or maybe that's what was happening back there. But what were the diets of kids back in 1980? A little bit different. But hey, man, I don't need to opine on this situation, okay? In fact, y'all, we got it right here, okay? We can just go ahead and play it for a sec, okay? Yeah, we'll just run it back right here. Okay, so let's talk about ADD, ADHD, and autism. I'll just let them play it themselves here. I got the audio turned on and all that shit. Make sure it's all good to go.
1980, 1 out of 150,000 kids had autism. Year 2000, it's 1 out of 150. Today, it's 1 out of 88. And basically, when I was a kid, all four of my grandparents from Eastern Europe, they were beet farmers and beef farmers. So for breakfast, I would have cheese and beets and beef and eggs. I didn't have those types of diseases. 20 years later...
Cool. Yeah, no, obviously, I'll just stop this to add a little bit of commentary, because I don't know if it's, you know, trademarked or anything, or copyright or anything like that, but even still, okay, like, that dude, clearly, I don't think he was a kid in the 1980s. I don't know when this video is from, but it's clearly not all that recent. Maybe it is, who knows, but obviously, like, I was a kid in the 90s, okay, and I'm 32 years old. This guy's clearly in his 50s or something like that, or maybe he just had a really tough time, okay, but if he's saying that, yeah, we used to eat things a little bit differently, okay, and has he said anything about, oh yeah, none of this stuff existed before? Yeah, you're right. What's the additional context on that? It didn't exist in those numbers before. Disingenuous fucks, man.
Kids are being fed on these box cereals full of processed carbohydrates with sugar on it. They're getting apple juice. How can you build a brain 75% by weight? It's cholesterol and good fats. And so now all they're getting is carbohydrates and sugar, and they're going crazy.
Right. Not only are they deficient, but it's costing them nutrients to process all that stuff.
Exactly. So it makes the nutritional deficiencies worse.
Even worse, right.
I take kids that haven't spoken in 11 years, start feeding them eggs, you get them on the 90 essential nutrients, which is what we feed animals, the 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. After 11 years of not speaking, I have kids who can read the Bible out loud in churches. Let's talk about ADD, ADHD.
Okay, cool. So that was the entire video right there. What did that prove? Oh, okay, cool. A guy who, I don't know any of his credentials right there, but he's not exactly talking shit or anything like that, because we got like the CDC data to pull all this stuff up. I'll just go ahead and we'll go full screen on this boy right here, because, okay, so can anybody point out the conspiracy theory on this one? Because, okay, you take a look. Kids born 1992 were diagnosed with autism on the spectrum, okay? Autism, 1 in 150. 1 in 150 born in 1992. Same thing in 94, so they're testing kids born every couple of years. Then it starts to drop in 1996, 1 in 125, then 1 in 110, and 1 in 88 in 2000, 2008. Maybe that's when the video was taken, because that seems to make sense, because it's just a precipitous drop-off the entire time. Oh, the only time it goes up, oh, 2004. Statistical anomaly, I would suppose, but then, yeah, 59, 54. And now, as of 2018, you got 1 in 44 children being placed on the spectrum, okay? No, conspiracy theory, though. But that's just from the CDC, okay? Obviously, just another conspiracy theory network as well. What about, oh yes, the University of Central Florida, and we can go right back to our regular scheduled programming right now. So processing risk, okay. Could eating processed foods while pregnant increase the likelihood of childhood autism? Huh, interesting. This is from fall of 2019. Oh, okay, cool. I'm just doing a little bit more research than, you know, people that were just looking to hate on folks that, you know, actually get paid to do this shit. I just do this out of the, you know, my own dedication to truth and honesty. Forgive me. Autism diagnoses have risen 15% in the last 6 years, okay, with 1 in 59 U.S. children now being diagnosed with a developmental disorder. As a result, scientists are working diligently to understand the overlapping genetic and environmental factors that cause it, as a group of researchers at UCF have found a link. Processed foods. No, that's a conspiracy theory. You need to stop it. You guys don't know the science at the University of Central Florida. Wait. This isn't DeVry? Huh. Children with autism often experience gastrointestinal issues. Yes, that's what I've been finding out a lot of different times over on the second channel. More on that over there, without the fucks and the shits and all that stuff. Which led to UCF professor Saleh Nasser to wonder if there's a link between gut and brain and how the gut bacteria differ from those who have autism. In a study published in Scientific Reports, Nasser and his team, including postdoctoral scholar Latifa Abdelli, a whole bunch of shit. She got PhD. I'm a doctor. I'm a PhD. And undergraduate research assistant Asila Samsam, inshallah, discovered that food preservatives known as propionic acid, my mistake, PPA, can alter how a fetus's brain develops during pregnancy, leading to autism. It's my hope that our study will motivate other scientists to look at the role of PPA in the development of autism with the goal of eliminating the condition as we know it, says Nasser, who has 25 years of experience studying gastroenterology. Very interesting. Somebody who specializes in the gut seems to have found a connection between that, gut health, and autism, but because somebody succinctly puts it in there, and then also in the video as well says that, oh, he's got kids that haven't been talking for the first time in 11 years or out there reading the Bible at church. Yeah, that probably triggered that fucking round-headed cunt. Fuck that guy, dude. Fuck him right in his face hole. But this article isn't terribly long. But hey, man, again, I'll just go ahead and do the work that journalists aren't going to be doing. So PPA is a naturally occurring acid released into the digestive tract as food ferments. It's also produced chemically as a food preservative for bread and the flavor products such as processed cheese. Interesting. If a pregnant woman consumes a significant amount of processed foods, PPA levels can spike. In excess, PPA impacts a fetus's brain by reducing the development of neurons, cells that can tell other body cells how to function. This can also damage neurons, communication pathway throughout the body. High amounts of PPA can cause an overproduction of glial cells. These cells protect neuron functions. But too many cells disrupt the connection between neurons and causes inflammation in the brain and the rest of the body. Yes, exactly. It acts, those glial cells act like the myelin sheath that are on your just rank and file arteries and veins that are out there, okay? Specific to the brain. Okay, typically there is a 1-to-1 ratio of neurons and glial cells, but in Nasser's study, high levels of PPA threw off this balance to be a 1-in-4 ratio. Ooh. The smaller number of neurons also exhibited abnormal qualities in the study. Together, these issues result in behaviors associated with autism, such as difficulty communicating in social settings and repetitive behaviors such as rocking. So, what is autism? God, you think this shouldn't be so controversial, especially in the wrestling sphere, because you take a look at those spurgs. Autism is a disorder covering a wide range of conditions that include challenges with social skills, repetitive behavior, and speech and nonverbal communications, like not being able to count to 3 and everybody going, oh, because they didn't hit their finisher 3 times. Other sensory sensitivities and medical issues such as seizures and gastrointestinal disorders often accompany the condition. Since autism affects people differently, some people diagnosed with it live independently, while others may need varying levels of daily support. Which foods contain PPA? If you've stuck around this long, obviously you're entertained, or at least you're seeking some information, so might as well figure out, here are some foods that you can avoid if you know you don't want your kid to grow up to be an expert Rubik's Cube champion. Store-bought breads, baked goods, processed cheese, dried fruits, and juices often contain some form of PPA as a preservative. Check the labels for, sodium propionate, calcium propionate, and methyl propionate. Either spelled with an I or an A. Avoid it. avoid it, okay? It's going to be probably closer, okay, if you're eating anything, and this is something that I tell everybody over on the secondary channel, okay? When you're looking at foods, because, oh, my background on this one, if you're looking for any credentialism or you want to try to discredit me, okay? Bachelor's in kinesiology. I've got my bachelor's in science, okay? I'm an exercise physiologist and all that fun stuff, okay? Certified professional trainer, okay? I know all that stuff. I pick up heavy things and put them down. I teach other people to do as much as well. Also, got my specialty in food as well. Not quite got a registered dietitian label or anything like that, but I went to school for a considerable amount of time and did quite a few courses on diet. So I know a thing or two about a thing or two. But your general rule of thumb, whenever you're looking at something, like, obviously, okay, just one of the immediate disqualifiers, don't be eating out of bags or boxes, okay? That's just terrible fucking practice. Most of that shit is just made to sit on shelves and is just, able to sit on those shelves because it's propped up by those terrible fucking cancerous ingredients that's in there as well. So, and if you are to eat out of a bag or a box or anything like that, you take a look at the ingredients list. Normally, you don't want to go with something that has any more than 5 ingredients, and as long as something looks like what you can get in the packaging that looks like it would coming out of the ground, you should be fine. But if you take a look at that ingredients list and there's more than a half dozen items that are on there, and if you can't pronounce anything that's on there, chances are those are ingredients that you don't really need in there, okay? Is it worth saving those couple of bucks over the organic option, the actual organic option? Because, again, that's another thing that you just need to look, because the brand organic, yeah, that just gets slapped on there in order to charge people more money. You need to be diligent when you're doing your grocery shopping, mostly to maintain your own health as well as your children. So you should always be doing some sort of research into this stuff. And yes, with the ballooning autism rates, okay, making sure that your and your family's health is a chief issue for many families that are out there. Or if you're a wrestling journo, okay, it's more or less just canceling anybody with a happy and healthy family. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.